Howdy all you Ridgid table saw owners. Well, today we're going to be discussing why that quit. A couple of things. One of them, there is a fuse assembly inside where the switch is, and you have to, of course you got to buy the whole switch. That needs to be replaced. No telling how long that takes. And then the other thing is the motor on these things goes out. It's the bearings. I mean, it's amazing how quickly this thing went out. This saw is not more than a year old, maybe a year and a half, and the bearings gone out of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to replace the switch, and the big thing, we're going to take that motor off. We're going to replace a bearing, and also one of the field wires burned up in there. So we're going to have to, and boy, that was a job there. And so we're going to have to replace that. So anyway, here we go. Then we got to take this bracket off on the back of the switch box. And as best you can, get these wires off, but I've already clipped them off and tried to see if I could get this motor to work, which it would not. So now we got to pull the motor. Try to save all these screws. Okay, now I've got the motor off, and yeah, doesn't sound good at all. And this should not fall out like that, but there it is. The bearing's gone. This out, the armature, stick it back in there. Boy, that does not sound good at all. The oil in there is gone. You can tell where it's been leaking. The bearing seems to be pretty good. Yeah, it's probably okay. I mean, you might want to replace it. I'll leave that up to you. But we definitely need to change the bearing on this one. Now I've already taken this one off, but to get the other part, normally you would drill a hole here in the center and get a punch if the bearing is in good shape, because it'll be on the armature. But in order to get the other part of the armature out, I mean the bearing out, I had to drill these 4 holes, take a punch, keep punching it out. Okay, you can see those 4 holes there. So what you do then is you stick this down in there, and you'll feel where the bearing race is, and just hit it, and then just go all the way around it until you hear it hit the table. And we've got to get this part off. This is a little bit more difficult because it takes a special tool. This is a bearing remover tool. And how this works, this goes in there and you tighten these down. And then what you do is you put this in something. It's better if you have a jack stand. But what I did, I just let it sit there by itself, and then get your neighbor or somebody to put the punch there, and then knock that out, which, since I've got nobody here, I've got to try to use my knee. Okay, got it. Okay, now we've got the other part of the bearing race off. Now we just need to find the number. Here's the bearings, and it seems like that these are for Dewalt also. This is on Amazon.com. I mean, here you get you get 10 of them. I mean, I'm probably going to be working on a few more of these Ridgid table saws here in the future, so I'll go ahead and get me a bunch. But oh well. I've got an impact socket. I don't want to hit this race in here and bend it, so I've got this socket that I can go over there, and that way if it slips off one way or another, I'm not going to hit this race. See, it's slowly going on. And this is the wood tabletop, so no chance of damaging the splines. Almost all the way. Okay. That last hit was definitely a solid hit. And we're gonna oil this thing. We're not gonna put much oil because it already comes oiled, but it doesn't hurt to have a little extra because you don't want the oil to get down inside any of these electrical components. Okay, to get this out, take your flathead common screwdriver, pop that up, mark it with something, with a saw cut or something as far as where it goes and where this wire goes after you put your field wires in. And then to go back, you want to put this on first, put it on the edge of the table where it covers everything but this wire right here. So we're going to put it right here. Make sure your wire's hanging out. There we go. Okay, and then it's in. Now we put the armature. Your fields are not, I mean your brushes are not in because we got to put the armature in. Armature drops in. And this is another one of those things. You want to make sure that the bottom, this bearing is started in the hole where it goes. Yeah, okay. Okay, you know it goes all the way down when it bounces. Okay, we're ready to go put this thing in. Oh no, we're not. We got to put the field. We got to put the what you call things in here. Okay, and then we got our strain relief to put on, but before we do that, we're just going to go out there and try it, see if it works. Hot dang. Well, by golly, we got her together. Thanks for watching.